Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Ceiba. Well, we are in the midst of some plans to find out where this transmission thing is coming from, but it's now my turn to shake my head. Feels as though that alien voice behind the crackling static filled the engine room with some magic that meddles with your mind. Hypnosis, auditory tactile programming. The translucent vastness of the clouds outside clears away that glamour, dispels it in passing, so indifferently and effortlessly, unaware of it or me. Thank you, clouds. You are my truest friends, even though I'm sincerely, honestly, so sick of seeing you already. Questions start to infest my vacant brain, entangling it with their tenacious roots. Whatever did I hear just a few moments ago? Whatever did I agree to? Whatever did I promise? And most importantly, what do I do now? Following these thoughts, a rotten, twisting little root of the final question creeps in, a burning speck of doubt. Do I really want to tackle all these thorns and brambles just for the sake of this girl to whom no one even talks? This is fine. I am allowed to have ugly thoughts. These thoughts do not define me. Questioning yourself is a good and healthy thing to do. Only it doesn't feel healthy to me at all. Oh, stink bugs! You startled me! Feeling nervous, little petal? No, I was just thinking. Didn't see you coming at all. Good morning to you, by the way. Do you start every conversation with a question? What are you doing here by the engine room? She ignores my words completely. Outrageous. For how much longer must I put up with this attitude? Now that I've heard the things I've heard, agreed to what I agreed to, I am not a nobody. I have a right to be here. The Aeolonthus is my home just as much as it's yours. You weren't this prickly the last time we met. Did something happen? She stops suddenly as though her brain has become disconnected from her vocal cords. Well, I better get going. I got work wilting out there, you see? No, wait! There's like a little, graphical glitch in that text box. She clutches at my sleeve so unexpectedly that I nearly scream. Don't scare me like that. There's a weird graphical glitch in that text box. I want to talk. Did you eat lunch? Are you trying to ask me out on a date to the wardroom? Sorry to say this, but I have pledged my heart and soul to my job, and ouch! Don't you gnaw at my bark, boy. Play stump with me once more, and I will smack you so hard your pips will spill out. But you already it was just a warm-up. Fine. Let's get on with that date if that's what you want. Ow! Funny, when you walk beside Sadu, she doesn't really look that tall. Come to think of it, I've never been so close to her before. Not to mention walking along Aeolonthus' open-air hallway by her side. To be perfectly honest, I've never walked here by anyone's side at all. Clouds were my only companions all this time. You can hardly call this a walk, however. It's more like a military convoy. Can't say I ever happened to fantasize or at least think about this sort of thing. Not with Sabu, that's for sure. But it does feel unique. You can let go of my hand already, you know. What? Oh, sorry. It does feel unique, but my fingers are going to be numb for quite a while. Yoli would be so mad if she could see me right now. Do you want me to get you something? No, wait, let me guess. Your favorite meal from the menu. What do you mean, little petal? We never get to choose our meals. This just changed according to a schedule so that we could maintain proper vitamin and mineral levels. I already got my ration for today. I know that. It was a joke. I want to make a joke to lighten the mood. Too bad I failed in that regard. The mood has been weird enough already, and my joke only made it worse. Wonder if there is an artifact in this world who is nice and easy for me to talk to. Will I ever meet them? I know what you are. Straight to the point, are we? No weather talk? You are a rebel. And that weird graphic glitch is back again. Even I cannot stop myself from snorting. Right, that's all I do here, rebelling. Take yesterday, for example. I didn't finish my porridge. I hoped you would be happier about it. You need to work on your self-esteem, little petal. See, you don't have to actually start a rebellion to be a rebel. Now, this is controversial. Rebels are an inevitable and essential part of any functioning society. A circuit breaker. You are the circuit breakers. We, you, and Yoli. Yoli, did you grow leaves in your roots or something? Like I said, you don't have to rebel to play your part. All you need to be is anti. I don't understand what you're getting at. The scheme is very simple. Society loves collective decision making. They would follow certain ideas without much thinking. Like the idea that wheat germ porridge is good for one's health. Or the idea that going down into certain ruins is dangerous and one had better stay put. For a second I forget how to breathe. It feels as if Sadu's amber eyes have burned a hole into my lungs and are staring right at my fluttering heart. Into your chest? Your lungs are like here. Your heart's oh, whatever. Like, whatever. How much does she know? Was it just an example? No way, with her, it's never that simple. Go on. But within any society, there are always some who are always anti-anything. These are few in number. Sometimes it's 10% of the population, sometimes it's 5 or 2%, but they always exist. They are anti-porridge for breakfast because they believe it's unhealthy. They are anti-technology, anti-medical treatment, anti-social order, anti-world order even. It's just stupid. Of course, in 99 cases out of 100, it is indeed stupid. The rebellion is idling. Just like a circuit breaker in a device, most of the time it does nothing, a seemingly useless part. But once in a while, in very, very rare cases, the morning porridge does turn out to be harmful, maybe even deadly. So, catastrophe ensues. The porridge-eating society collapses. This is when the circuit breaker activates. The stupid rebels who deny porridge for absurd reasons survive. So the population survives, inheriting genetic aversion to the deadly porridge. Maybe, probably. I'm no expert in this, but you biochemists should know it best. She goes silent again, lost in her own thoughts. I'm barely able to unclasp my fingers, stiff from nervous cramps. I wish I could untie the knot in my stomach at will, just like that too. I'm such a stumphead, making those date jokes, believing that Sabu just wants to have a casual chat. But what is she trying to say? Why are you telling me all this? I want you to stop talking to Miri. But I don't. Yeah, sure. No need to waste your breath telling me pointless lies. No, wait, there are definitely some logical steps missing in your narrative. What does your made-up rebel theory have to do with Miri? You see, society never likes antagonists. If you don't eat your porridge, you starve. And this is why I'm offering you a deal. You bug off of Miri, and we'll go to the officers telling them about a stupid little rebellion Yoli started with that personal research of hers. She knows. She knows about the symbiont excision experiments. But how? So you knew about it too. What a surprise. Thing is, Yoli and I cooperate as two professionals who share the problem of having remarkably foolish subordinates. Sometimes she'd ask me for help, sometimes I'd ask her for her opinion. Not that I would ever need help, of course. You two sound like friends. Neither of us has the time for friendship. So what, she just went ahead and spilled the beans. She's smarter than that, little petal. One day, I went to visit her for advice and announced she was taking a while after I knocked, so naturally I got worried. Oh well, justified concern. I have a right for it as chief engineer, which is why I open others' doors. The other day, I would not miss a chance to make a joke or two about Sabu stubbornly ignoring her own feelings for Yoli. This time I remained silent, gritting my teeth so hard I'm seeing stars, afraid to miss a word. Something had happened to Yoli and I didn't even know. She was bad. Self-experimenting is never a good idea. I helped her, obviously, but to do that, I had to take a peek at her logbook. You should understand. Liar, you just peeked out of curiosity, and at such a time, too, taking advantage of her weakness. It doesn't matter. You decide whether you accept my proposal or not. And make it quick. The lunch break is long over. You really willing to rout out a friend in cold blood just like that? She's not a friend. But why? What for? For Miri? Wouldn't you do the same if you were me? I'm so taken aback, I just snapped my jaw shut, my teeth clacking. If I were her, what is that supposed to mean? What would I do if I saw Miri every day if it was my job responsibility to look after her. I surely would. I don't know. I'm not her. I'm me. Ain. Sabu isn't offering me an actual choice. There is nothing to decide here. I don't have to play by her rules either. She has no idea about what Miri and I are cooking up and how it's going to change our little green world. When it happens, a win is a win. I only have one choice. Fine. Fine. It's a deal. You keep your mouth shut and I stay in the lab and keep my twigs off Miri. At least today, it won't be a lie. Good boy. Remember, you're doing it for Yoli. See, we can be friends too, little petal. As long as you do as I say and behave. How can she speak so gently? How can she smile so sincerely after all she said just now? To think only a month ago, it would have been over the moon if a girl like her gave me a smile. I would have been doing as she said and behaving for her happily. This moment, however, I'm happy to leave the wardrobe as soon as possible. The empty lab where I can finally relax. There's one thing I desperately need right now, it's a minute of rest. My leaves are pretty much falling after what just happened. I might as well make them into tea. Wait, where's Yoli? Yoli! Sorry it took so long in the wardroom. The porridge was nasty. I mutter as I look under the desk in the cabinet, but my thorny superior is nowhere to be found. Yoli, if you're gonna suddenly jump in front of me from under the floor, I will scream. It's quiet. As quiet as an operating lab it can possibly get, that is. Bubbles cough as they burst inside of class with boiling substrate, drowning out any potential breathing sounds. Maybe we'll be able to hear her footsteps then, but I really don't want to be sitting here in suspense all the time. Oh well. I should still find something to do, just in case she's watching me from some secret hollow in the wall. On the other hand, though, I'm already late. I already am late. Since yelling is inevitable, I might as well slack off some more as a bonus. Find something to do. What am I supposed to be doing again? Ah, yes, microcontamination control and the gas chromatograph. Words. More trace oxygen is what could really make me go off screaming right now. I must be weird for getting emotional over chemical elements, thinking that oxygen can be pesky or aggressive. If I had any drawing skills, I could draw a funny cartoon for every other element of the periodic table. I'm no different from Miri. She's got brain damage from her headset, and I've been inhaling too many toxic fumes. Oh my, Ain is working on his own accord. He's gotta be guilty of something. Wonder what that could be. Don't do that again or I'll lose my leaves. You weren't late from lunch, were you? You're the one who's late. I was busy working in another section. Unlike a certain someone, I have knowledge and skills, so I get asked for help all the time. I stare at her, struck by a sudden idea. Listen, Yoli, do you think you could help me too? I'll be a subordinate is always my priority, especially a stumphead like you. Tell me anything you want, oak runt or a bark roach, just help me. No, I can't just ask her directly. She'll get suspicious. Considering her thorny personality, the only way to get a clear answer from her is to voice a wrong assumption. The more wrong I am, the more she'll be willing to prove me wrong. What should I say then? What should I say? So there's this one friend I just made a bet with in the wardroom. Having a hard time winging it. Improvisation is not my thing. Do you remember those research expeditions to the Mental surface? I mean, this guy says they were banned because the stock of the Ailanthus is a one-way route. Like, you can climb it down, but you can't climb it up. That's why every expedition they've sent remained down there, like, died, so they stopped the expeditions. Can you believe this guy? Anyone knows the main danger is not going up or down the stock, but the rumors themselves told me so. Yoli stares at me like I just took a sip of a helium dewer in front of her. What? Did I say something wrong? Alright, how long have you been my subordinate? Say that like I've ever been something else except your subordinate. Exactly. Do you really think you can manipulate me? I see right through you like you're a leaf skeleton. This stings, honestly. Do you not trust me enough to ask the actual question? I'm asking the actual question. Don't insult me any further with your stupid ruse. To must be serious about it. She's not even making her derogatory jokes anymore. No, I can't just open up to her. No way. It's a trap. Like when you're in a ripening period, your mentors would say, it's okay to be completely honest with me. You won't get in trouble. I promise. And you make a confession and they whip the brand out of you with a nettle whisk against your back. I'm starting to think we could use a bit of sincerity right now as a tactical trick. Fine. What was so stupid about my ruse? That's more like it. I prefer your unsophisticated stupidity to your unsophisticated cunning. First off, I don't believe you have friends. Hey! Secondly, why do you think the Aeolanthes has in stock? What exactly is it? I can give her an honest answer to this one. It's a kill, so we don't twist and turn in the atmosphere. What a silly idea. The human books have poisoned your mind. Tell me you also want the Aeolanthes to grow sales. Love that, actually. Just imagine the sheer surface area for photosynthesis. Wait, just photosynthesis is not enough. We have to find the source to nourish all that surface. We extract so much water from the atmosphere already that it's starting to affect the weather. Wow, I had no idea. Lucky for us, no one's down there to complain about it. I feel nervous due running down my spine. Could it be that we were the ones who caused the disasters that alien voice was talking about? Could it be that in the cacophony of radio waves, Miri failed to receive the most important part of the transmission? Or were they accuse us of everything and tell us to get the pulp out of here and never come back? You seem distracted. Back to your pirate life fantasies. Kind of. So nostalgic, even my phantom wooden leg is itching. Okay, if it's not the keel, then what is it? It's a central shaft of the spaceship, obviously. A spaceship, not a marine ship. We didn't come here carried by solar wind. There have to be engines out there, somewhere. Huge, powerful engines that were meant to be kept away from the living quarters. You mean they're down there? They might be. It's either there or in orbit. Anyway, it's obvious you can go both up and down the shaft dock. What was with that one-way route thing? Did you just make it up? That said, nobody really uses it. There's no need. How exactly did the expedition descend to the surface? I think if my heart beats any faster, Yoli will hear it. Calm down, Ain. It's just a simple and innocent question that naturally follows the flow of the conversation. She doesn't look like she found my question innocent, though. Yoli has perfect control over her face, but it's not that easy with her tail, it seems. Right now, it looks tense enough to break a stick. She's not wrong. I am indeed like a leaf skeleton to her. But she's not much of an enigma to me either, despite all her efforts. We've known each other for too long. Any awkward or insincere word can be disastrous. Mine, stop staring behind my back. Look at me in the eyes. What are you plotting? You know, I couldn't tell you even if I really was plotting something. And you know, it's in my power to stop you. There is a detention cell on board for the disturbed and violent, you see. Ugh. They're disagreeing right now. I cannot tell you because it's not just my secret. Oh, so conspiracy then! Legally, I'm obliged to arrest you immediately and turn you over to the Aeolanthes Security Service. Yoli, please. Fine, you're my friend. Even though you hardly look like one, just how do you think I would feel if you ended up dying down there because of me showing you the way? I am your friend, but I cannot stand under your wing forever. You can, and you will, because you are also my subordinate, which means my responsibility. This is it, the dead end I've been dreading. Enemy against 10 tiny, very stubborn commanders tightly packed inside Yoli's scrawny body. How far am I willing to go? Is it too late to be asking myself this question? So you want to keep me locked up in that detention cell forever? Go ahead. Luckily, I won't be alone in there. Don't forget, I know about your secret experiments. You can help me go down to keep me silent, or we can go to the cell together, and that's going to be the end of your precious research. My head hurts this much from the cruel words I just said, then how must Yoli be feeling? It's too late for second guessing. I've already agreed to insanity. It's all said and done. Every second of her silence piles up like heavy stones in my heart, pushing it down to my stomach. Now I know in these soundless moments, it's not just the silence that makes my ears ring. Silence does not exist in this lab. It's my own nerves, as tight as a taut string, the rustle of blood rushing to my face. How did we come to this? How did this day turn into my confrontation with the only friend I have at a horrifying and dizzying pace? This is the power of madness, the terrible infectious disease I picked up from that voice. No, from the girl I barely know. Say it. Say something. Just anything. At this point, the detention cell sounds like a decent option. Just don't give me that look. You. Yes? You're trembling like a leaf on a tree, and it's just from talking to me. Do you really think you're ready to take on whatever awaits you down below? I'll be doing my best. You taught me. It doesn't matter. I don't care. Does that mean you're going to help me? No. My heart gives in and sinks to my legs, sending treacherous shivers all over me. I really am nothing more than a trembling leaf. I've got no one else to turn to. You're on your own now, a big and independent boy. You should have figured it out yourself. Every single thing on this rotten ship is growing from seeds all the way down to the plates. Pity we couldn't grow some brains for Ain, too. Gee, thanks. Sparkle flashes deep inside Yoli's blue eyes, a clear sign that she's proud of her witty remark. Weird, that brains joke wasn't really that good. That realization makes my hands sweat so much that my symbiont starts to rustle their leaves with displeasure. It's so simple. Of course, the transportation device must be grown every time someone needs it, like everything else we use here. A calyx plate for porridge is grown in the wardroom before lunch, only to dissolve in acidic solution of a recycle leaf soon after. The mossy cover of my cabin absorbs water to become a flat and firm bedding by the morning. Fruit bodies glowing in lamps mature and then decompose. There's no need to preserve resources in something that's not being used. The materials are already scarce on this planet. But where do I find the seed for this device? I'm sure Yoli won't tell me. This is her last resort in trying to stop me. Thank you, Yoli. I told you nothing. You told me nothing. You got that? Get back to your work. She turns away. Once uptight like a coiled spring, she now looks tired and smaller than ever. The wounds my words inflicted won't heal anytime soon. Maybe they never will. This lab will never be as cozy as it was just half an hour ago. Nothing will ever be the same again. Now I've got more at stake than ever, even Miri. And we better not be wrong. Well, at least my cabin is still as boring and empty as ever. Finally, this day is coming to an end. It feels like it's been a week since it started. This day felt so torturous already. What will tomorrow be like? The damn mossy mat will dry, my body will awaken, stiff from sleeping on the hard wood. Right, I still haven't stayed in my new bed. Couldn't fight my laziness. When I think of it, this day was all about fights and seeds. Scratching, rumbling, cracking sounds I heard today in the engine room now feel like a hazy reverie of my drowsy brain, as if my subconscious eagerly turned from some random noise into a call for help because it was exactly what I was hoping to hear. After all, having to help someone in trouble is the most convenient opportunity to meet a girl. Everything seems like a stupid mistake already, a mistake I want to stop, to put on pause. But morning will still come, whether I want it or not. Time moves forward, and I can only move along with it. Miri's not here either. There was a time when I was fascinated by the wardroom's interior, its cozy spherical alcoves packed together in clusters like grapes, its ambience of a secluded retreat, so rare and precious on the gigantic Aelanthus. What used to look like a great design now turned into a real problem. It's simply impossible to find a specific artifact in this maelstrom of sections. But she's also going around in circles looking for me. I need to stop and wait until she finds me. Whether she had the same idea and is now waiting for me to find her. Stop overcomplicating things. She just didn't come to the wardroom and skipped her lunch. These things happen. How stupid of us. We should have decided on the way of communication in the meeting place. Yoli said we are conspirators, but in human books, conspirators are always scheming and dangerous. Well, we really are not like humans. Cunning and lying skills are not vital for artifact survival. My ancestors found more benefit in being resistant to Jupiter's radiation belts. But I wish I had just a bit of that human cunning right now. We won't go to the engine room next time, though. Because we'll save being ground into a fine powder for then, too. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, and subscribe. Maybe click that little bell for notifications. Also, be sure to check out the description below. Various links, social media, Discord, come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!